I hope you all had a great holiday season and new year, and this is just a quick video to check in with you all. First of all, let's quickly reflect on the tail end of 2023. Wow. We had Mercury retrograde causing havoc over the holiday period, ending on January the 1st. You know, sometimes you can get lucky and have a relatively easy ride with Mercury retrograde, but not when it falls right on top of the holidays. Just a time when everyone plans for more social interaction than usual. It can cause havoc, and well, it did for me. You know, I can't speak for anyone else, but personally, I found December's Mercury retrograde tough as hell. So many things went wrong, communications didn't, just get messed up. But in a number of cases, there was no communications at all. And no one was at fault in this, it's just how things were. I wasn't particularly in the mood to be social at all, and lots of people have reported the same thing. Lots of people getting into arguments, stress levels running even higher than usual for the holiday period. I wasn't feeling festive at all, and to be perfectly honest, I dipped into a bit of a depression, and I couldn't wait for it to be over. So when Mercury came out of retrograde on the 1st of January, I think, it was only then that I started feeling more like myself again. And I've never experienced a holiday season like it, and not in a good way. It was intense, to say the least. So, I'd be quite interested to find out if anyone else experienced anything similar over the holiday season, whether you think it was down to Mercury retrograde or not. This year, I definitely plan on keeping things low key with regards to the holidays. But this year we don't have Mercury retrograde interfering with those festive holiday plans too much, as Mercury goes retrograde on the 25th of November and will end on the 15th of December. It's close, but hopefully that won't cause as much upset as it did in 2023 when it peaked right over Christmas. So these last couple of days I've noticed a massive difference in the overall energy, and can now begin thinking about goals for this year. I'm not one for New Year's resolutions, but if I had to pick one, I would have to say that I would like to be much more mindful of not taking on too much at any one time. Last year, I had far too much on my plate, biting off more than I could chew, so to speak, and ended up spreading myself too thin, I think, with various projects. So, I eventually ended up in burnout mode. So this year, I resolved to take things down a notch and focus on the main things that need to be done, and not committing myself to anything too taxing. That's what's going to happen with me. Well, that's what I plan anyway. The most important thing that I do in January with regards to my spiritual and magical practice, which I find extremely useful, is to find out all the dates for the full moons and the dark moons and any eclipses, and all the dates, when Mercury goes into retrograde, and any other type of astrological movements that might be of importance to me. And then I will add them all to my calendar for the whole year. So, that usually takes about an hour or so, maybe two, to get everything marked down correctly for the whole year. But it's really worth doing. Also adding it, the sign or the full or dark moon will be in, say, like a full moon in Pisces or whatever, it's also helpful. With regards to any upcoming magical work, it's easy then to just check my calendar and the information is there, rather than 2 or 3 or 4 times a month having to Google things and check the astrological bodies and what's going on. I prefer to be organised and have that information to hand on my calendar, and I always use the calendar on my phone now. Years ago I was using the paper calendar, writing everything down. Now I've gone paperless. So everything's on my calendar on my phone. I find it's much easier to do it that way. And yeah, so I prefer to be organised. I'm the kind of person that needs to know what energies are at play so I can work with them throughout the year and deal with them more effectively. I have already reevaluated my finances and investments, so I've been quite on the ball with that and made some new investments. At this time, everyone usually tries a overhaul of their diet and exercise routines. Personally, I feel that this is totally the wrong time of year to do this. At least it is for me. It's the depths of winter. Your body wants, naturally wants more fuel. It's naturally a time of rest. The body doesn't want to be getting up early in the dark to exercise. I feel those things are best tackled in the springtime with the natural return of the light. More or less, I try and stay fairly consistent with some yoga and walking my dog throughout the year. Punishing exercise routines are not for me at all. More meditation time is always a good thing, so that's something to get back to. I find the festive period always upsets routines, and January is definitely a time to bring your focus back to a healthy overall routine and to stay consistent with that routine. So that's what I'm going for at the moment. So that's me checking in with everyone for the new year. I hope you all have a healthy and happy start to the new year, and I will see you soon.